Breaking Bad Season 2, Episode 6, titled Peekaboo. This is Jesse attempting to be a bad guy episode, where the half of the two plots that are going on between Walt and Jesse is that Jesse spends a day in a very drug-induced, addictive home, and it's also like an intro to Jesse, kind of like a soft spot for children, I guess, in a way, where the one kid who is part of the drug-crazy parents that he has, and Jesse basically trying to like do something strong on these two people who stole money from one of his dealers, and how Jesse just has a hard time being the bad guy, which most of us will have a hard time being the bad guy, and it's just a very sad episode. And it's not a home that, you know, a dirty, infested home where two drug dealers are. It's not really a home where you want to be for very long. And it's also the Walt back to school episode, where after his treatment, Walt goes back to school and he tells a story to his students about Dr. Hall, who basically created the Syntex diamond for General Electric, which became a $1 billion invention within the corporation. Of course, how that doctor never received any money from that invention, because he created it inside the General Electric machine. And it's a very common thing. I'm actually reading a book about the history of Superman, where the guy who created Superman created inside a company, and he didn't own any rights to the Superman character, and he didn't really make that much money from Superman. All the while, that company, who basically, it was a small company too, who basically he created Superman inside, made billions out of it. So basically, Walt's kind of telling that kind of metaphor story about how he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that, and that's his own stupid pride, because that's how you learn. That's one of the reasons why he left his partnership with Gretchen and Elliot, and of course Gretchen and Elliot became billionaires themselves. And it's Walt kind of like dealing with Gretchen about how they have coffee together, and how he won't concede to her success and won't concede to her money, and basically flipping out on her. And of course, in the end, Skyler, he tells Skyler that Elliot and Gretchen can't pay them money anymore because they've lost money themselves. And of course, it's all bullshit. And it's all about people trying to be somebody else episode, where Jesse's trying to be a strong man, and Walt is basically trying to be this guy that he's not, and kind of making up stories for other people. And of course, it's all about pride. And that's my review for Peekaboo in Episode 6, Breaking Bad.